Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Level 1 Bar and Arcade's amazing pinball race preview. We are doing a women's tournament tonight in the amazing race format. I am joined right now by Mr. Alex Bailey, fellow Level 1 stream extraordinaire, I do believe he would be. Let's make sure we got your sound up here. That one's yours, right?
Yep. Can you
I can hear you. How are you tonight, man?
Oh, keeping along. One day at a time.
I'm with you there. So they're going over the rules right now. We'll talk about them here in just a minute. But this is a very different format than what we typically see. But I'm looking forward to it for that reason, because we're going to get to see probably a little bit more fast-paced action, just a different feel to how they're going to play pinball tonight than they typically would. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, so do I. I was telling Kim even the other day, for the league finals that we did, I really appreciated that it was round robin, groups of six, but you had to play everyone in your group twice. Mm-hmm. And I like this format because no matter what, you're guaranteed 10 games. And Absolutely. I feel like this is kind of in that similar realm where, for the most part, more people are guaranteed more games.
Absolutely.
And I think that's always good inside of a competition format where no matter what, you're probably going to get to play quite a bit.
Yeah.
And breaking away from the standard mold in a new and creative way, I'm always a huge fan of that.
Absolutely. And tonight's tournament kind of serves as a little bit of a preview to that, because we're not going to have the group play ahead of time, but we are going to have that amazing race format where everybody's really going to go rapid from one machine to the next, just trying to make sure they don't have the lowest score when it's all said and done with. Now, the good news is the stakes aren't quite as high. It's only $5 in tonight. The normal entry is $40, and there are a couple spots available. So if you are still in the neighborhood of Columbus and you haven't signed up for this thing, check on Facebook for the Amazing Pinball Race. I think there are still a couple spots available. But, yeah, we'll kind of get to see that tonight, and the winners tonight are going to get some cash and prizes, and I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Is that the same deal for the rest of the race this coming weekend? Cash and prizes is the...
Yes, there will be, cash and prizes. It's $40 entry for the Saturday-Sunday main draw. And, there'll be cash prizes. I've just got a chance to see the trophies that Kim, one of the other wonderful people that works at Level 1, brought in. They look awesome. She did a heck of a great job with the trophies. So
I can't wait to sneak a peek at them.
What's that?
I can't wait to sneak a peek at them. I've been underneath Getaway for a minute trying to get these cameras to work, but I think it's all finally there.
Exactly. But I'm looking forward to it. It should be good. We're going to go on quiet for just a couple minutes while we finish up our preparations here, but wanted to let you guys know we're here, and the tournament should be getting going in about 5 minutes or so. We're going to be featuring 2 games to start. You can see Guardians of the Galaxy turned off at the moment so that no one jumps on and plays a quick game on it until we're ready. And we're going to be featuring the Getaway on this first round through the Amazing Race machines. And as we start to play, we'll explain how everything works for you and kind of give you a heads up on what you're going to be looking at. So hang tight. We're going to be starting in a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. We're going to turn on some ambient sound for you guys here.
Okay, and also just a quick thing, all of the games are going to be on free play for this tournament. So, yay! Go women! All right.
Hopefully you guys can hear what's happening in the background here as far as the rule sets and such. We'll go into detail on that as we go here too. And while we're at it, forgive me, we're updating a setting here since we are about to get this thing rolling here. Give us just a minute.
Uh-oh.
They're starting to do them every other week, I think, now.
I thought it was bi-monthly.
I saw Kim had something like starting on Sundays. There were going to be a couple of weeks, every couple of weeks. Trying out some new formats and such.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. If you want to check it out, just go look online for Level 1 Barn Arcade, or you can look up the the Silver Ball
Super League.
Silver Ball Super League, thank you. And that'll have information about some of the tournaments that are being planned as well. I think we got Evan rolling here, so let's
Jen
see.
starting.
Yep. All right, so Jen is going to be starting off on Guardians of the Galaxy. And with the format she's playing, she will actually, on every machine as we go down the list here, she's going to play a full game of it because she's going to be setting the initial score on all these machines. So basically, her goal right now, just score as many points as she can, set that bar really, really high so that the person that comes behind her, which will be Sarah Bingham, will have a hard time getting that. Basically, we keep doing this until everybody has played the machine and the lowest score remaining is the person who is eliminated. In this case, it'll be in last place.
So even if, let's say in this case, Sarah gets a higher score than Jen still goes to play Motordome immediately, or no? Does she stay and wait until someone gets something lower than her?
Jen is going to have to stay and wait until someone beats her, until someone lowers her score.
Okay.
Beating the score in a negative term in this case.
Okay.
And in the same sense, the moment that Sarah beats the score, she can stop playing at that point and move right on to the next machine.
Okay.
So that's why the machines are all set on with credits being put on them, because there's going to be a lot of cases here where someone's not playing a complete game at one time. It's one way this format really, really differs from a lot of other tournaments. So right now we've got Jen up at about 9.2 million. Looks like she's got a mode lit up. Trying to round up some more points on this one. She's on ball 3. So now it's key for her to try and get a multi-ball, get a couple of good modes here going, and see if she's able to run up the score. Because for her, more than anybody now in this first part of the tournament, running up that score is key. And looks like she's going to be at, let's see what ends up here, 10.2 million. So now Jen will be, unfortunately, in the pit of despair for this machine, shall we say. At 10.2 million, and we'll have to wait until someone beats that score. We've even got lanyards. I think that Morag, one of our tournament helpers, is actually setting up. So Jen will not only be waiting at the machine, she'll have a lanyard on that has her score on Guardians of the Galaxy on it that she has to wear until the score is beaten. Oh, did we lose something here? Yeah, we're looking up at the spreadsheet. Hopefully we'll kind of give you guys as much of a heads up as the order as we can.
And here goes Sarah.
But here goes Sarah, so we now know her score to beat. I am going to do an update on here because we don't have a lot of chatting yet. Nope, not yet.
Started with Quill's Quest. Quill's Quest does give you a 2-ball multi-ball as soon as you start the mode.
Yep. A double danger early on, though, so she's going to have to be very careful. Surprised she got the 2-ball multi-ball back. That's good.
Yeah, that ball save did stick around for quite a while. But I could see that being a huge advantage in this format where when you're not competing for the highest score, simply just not the lowest, a 2-ball multi-ball out the gate can probably be pretty significant.
Absolutely. You know, because you already know your goal coming into the game, you know, what you got to get. So, you know, you don't have to necessarily play the mode game or play all kinds of multipliers. You just got to keep that ball alive long enough to build up points. And if you get that early multi-ball, that's a great way to do it. Let's see what she's got in mind right here. Looks like comboing some ramps. Always a good idea. Nice catch right there. Couldn't perfectly control it, but it came back. Those are legal in here, so that's a very fortuitous save on Sarah's part. She won't be able to save that one, though, but for ball one, that's a decent start. So that's going to put her about 4.3 mil and able to start another mode right away. Just as importantly, the skill shots become super important here too because, as we said, every single point makes a big difference. Playing again with double dangers too. And it looks like she went for that same mode again, or similar mode, trying to complete the shot in order to get the big bonus. Quickly dwindling, it'll go down to 500,000. First orb collected, so she's got a little progress on a couple of different multi-balls here. Certainly won't turn them down if they happen to kick off.
Nice shot up the right ramp.
Looks like just on an initial view here, the playfield appears to have a little bit of a curve to the right. It's very, very slight. But I am noticing the ball kind of I don't know if it's English or what, but it's curving just a smidge right. But that's the beauty of pinball. It's an even playing field. Everybody's going to have to deal with that.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, the ball save awarded too, so.
It might also be the way I set the cameras up. I've had a lot of people tell me it looks like almost every game I set up on, the machine's tilting to the right.
That could be too.
And it might be because I have the camera angling up from the right side itself.
Logitech has not blessed us yet with built-in levels into all of their cameras, although
that would be awesome.
Someone should really suggest that as a future feature. I think they'd like that.
Ooh, right into Groot.
All
one ball away from multi-ball.
She's going to need it. Still about 2.5 million points short here. If she's not able to beat the score, then Sarah will be stuck on this machine, and Jen will go ahead and move on to Motordome, the second machine in the race.
And there's the multi-ball. Nice.
She's got it, so she's in good position. Let's see if she can cash it in right now. Here we go. Already had a ball drain, but there's no reason to freak out about it. All of those are coming back on the ball saver. She's got a 2x multiplier,
and
which might be just what she needs. 11, there it is. She has beaten the score. So Sarah's got it, and an add-a ball as well. So maybe the only negative of it, just when she's getting the positive momentum of having the multi-ball, it's like, you've won. She's done what she needs to do. So Amy Kesting, probably, I would say out of her and Michelle McLeister, are probably the two highest ranked players, both in overall ranking and in the women's rankings out of everyone. Both of them, I think, competed in the IFPA Women's Finals last year in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay. I know Amy did.
I think Michelle did as well. Going on memory here, but if she didn't, she was really, really close.
And is Michelle, she's not local, is she? She drives to come here?
She's from up in Cleveland.
Okay, okay.
So we'll give her Ohio points.
Oh, for sure.
Even me, the Cincinnati kid that I am, we'll give
you
proper
and me
credit.
both.
What's that?
You and me both.
Yes. It pains our heart, but we love Michelle. She's awesome, so she gets a pass. Amy already off to a strong start here at 4.3 mil.
And I found that, I don't know if you noticed her plunge, but she opted to go for Quill's Quest also, starting the game with the 2-ball multi-ball.
Yep.
But she did an extremely light plunge, knowing that the second ball of the multi-ball is going to get auto-fired up into the bumpers. By light plunging enough, she was able to just directly play with it rather than having it risk whatever.
Yep. And just like that, she's already beat the score. Just on Quill's Quest alone,
yep,
she had 17 million, and that's it. So that's all she had to do. She can just plunge these. I think she'll just plunge these other 2 balls out so that they can get set up for the next player to play, who will be, looks like Rita Stevenson. But she's moving on. She's going to play Motor Dome. And has done what she has to do, while Jen sits at 10.7 million, I believe?
10.273.
10.273. There it is. Okay. So Amy is through. We've got this pulled up on a local leaderboard up here. I'm not sure if we can share it out or not.
I know, I'm pretty sure DJ is just screen sharing the laptop to that TV.
I think he is, yeah. God love him for it. I'm sure we'll have a fancy system set up here very, very soon. See Level 1 Bar in the chat. We appreciate the laptop in the back commenting. Because it was not me. I'm a little busy right now. We have a workbench set up here, so it's very portable. So that Alex, whenever he does his streaming, can really move it around. And you can move this around anywhere you want in here at this point, right?
Yeah. Pretty much. And with the grace of a power line adapter, all I need is an outlet to get a wired connection anywhere in this building. And that's one of the best inventions I've ever seen in my life.
Those things do work pretty well sometimes. I had a set at home for quite a while, too. So there we go. Rita's going to get this wrong. Let's see if she goes for the same strategy here. Quill's Quest. And she ends up going for nowhere. Now gets a ball save right off the bat, but it looked like she was going to go for Quill's Quest as well, and then just at the last minute decided against it. Oof, tough ball 1. And this is where things can get, good or bad, or the format can really begin to shake itself out. If a player has a really good game early, it can kind of cause everyone to have to play 3 balls. But if there's a low score fairly early, or someone gets a low score, things can really start to move fast and actually bottleneck at other games. The game that we're going to be showing off a little later is Getaway. It is actually the 6th game in order right now. And it looks like, according to this, Amy is about ready to start playing Motor Dome because Jen's still stuck. Mm-hmm. So it'll probably be a few minutes before we get to a Getaway game. When we do, we'll go ahead and jump over to that so you guys can see Getaway in action.
And just as a heads up, Sarah did already play Motor Dome and got a score of 889,950, so just shy of 890.
Your thoughts on that? Decent score?
I honestly have not played Motor Dome enough to know what a good score is. I do know there are 3 different difficulty levels as soon as you start the game. You choose between easy, medium, and hard.
Yes.
And I don't know how much each of those difficulties affects this or that, or what benefits there are for other things, I suppose. So I honestly don't know how to judge it, not knowing which difficulty level she picked either.
Fair enough. Now, worth noting that Amy is playing it on ball 2 and has already got about 200,000 points. Rita comes in at just under 3 million, so Jen's been freed up. She could move on to get in the Motordome line next. And now we wait and see if Rita's score, if anyone is able to lower Rita's score.
Amy is currently on ball 3, sitting at almost 360,000.
So she's going to have a heck of a ball 3 on there in order to avoid being in the, as we jokingly call it, the pariah pit. That was our joking name for it, although we forgot to get a picture of Josh on the back of the lanyard. That, like Kappa style, that would have made it perfect.
Amy did just end with 422.
So
Sarah
Amy will be
move
sticking
on,
around.
and Amy is sticking around on Motordome.
And that means that Jen will be up next on Motordome, and Sarah will move over to play The Walking Dead.
Deborah is currently on Guardians.
Yep. So now with this score strictly at 3 million, there's a good chance we're going to see some very quick games of Guardians of the Galaxy, because we were seeing people with Quill's Quest get to 3 million pretty quickly. Pretty reasonable to think we might see that here. Deborah also one of the better women's players that we have in the field. I think she's playing tomorrow too in the main draw. We should give her credit right up there with Amy and Michelle. It's probably the 3 highest ranked for sure. So ball 2 now. 1.2, there it is. So she's gotten the score. And pretty much from that moment on, she's safe. I think she's going to play this out for just a second, just for fun. Oh, she got the heads up. Okay. And that's important to know too. This is a format that you don't see all the time. So it's, tonight's tournament for these players who are also going to be doing the main draw tomorrow, it's getting comfortable with how it works.
Very much so.
Because Saturday obviously will be a normal day, just from the perspective of a normal group play. We are doing the B finals tomorrow night, so we'll get to see some amazing race tomorrow evening. But for a lot of these players, this might be the first time in a long time they've done this format, so getting used to it's very important.
Now, is this whole event Evan's brainchild?
I think so. I think he got the idea from another tournament. We'll have to get him on camera and ask him about it in a little bit. But he's the only person that I've known to run this format around here. I think it's the second time it's been run here at level 1.
Okay. And
he had run it at a place called Clancy's up in Delaware before that. So Deborah's score. Deborah will move on to Motordome. We're waiting to see what score Sarah's going to put up now on The Walking Dead, as she's now basically the leader in the game of follow the leader that is going from one machine to another.
Now Megan has started her game on Guardians, did opt to take Quill's Quest also.
Yes, she did. Megan Brown is up.
Jen just put a score up of 710,000 on Motordome.
And she already got it.
So Amy is still staying on Motordome. Deborah is...
Gillian. She got it. She got her score.
Who? Oh, Megan did.
Obviously, all of us are making sure that everything runs as smoothly as possible. And like we said, that's the key. It's very easy to imagine now with 3 mil being the lowest score.
Therese is ready to play Guardians.
Stuff is going to move
Thank you, Therese,
very,
for
very
working
quickly.
so hard on these machines. They've worked nicely so far.
Therese Edwards, one of the co-owners of level 1, correct?
Let's beat Therese.
Yeah.
Both her and her husband Tom work on pinball machines on a daily basis for their job. So they've done tons of work on these machines to make sure they're good to go. So don't mind this. These are We're draining out the last game in order to get ready for this game. Looks a bit like Sarah got 18 million
On Walking Dead.
on
Nice.
Walking Dead, so that's an excellent score. I have a feeling she's going to be moving on to
Okay.
mousing around pretty quickly.
And Deborah has already beat the score on Motordome also. She's
Yes.
up to 600. And here goes Therese getting ready to start Guardians.
Here we go. I'm going to step away for just a quick second and let you call this here.
All
I
right.
will be right back. Just that one, right?
You can just leave them both on. It'll be all right. So Therese looks
Time
like she
for extra
decided to
ambient
take
noise while I'm gone.
the Quills Quest also. Starting with the 2-ball multi-ball, I do know it locks you out of starting modes, but when you're just competing for a certain score, I definitely think this is the safest route to go. Megan is just now starting her game on Motordome, and Jen is just now starting on Walking Dead. I'll try and keep eyes on all three as best I can. So looks like that'll be the end of ball one for Therese at almost 3 million. 2-9. Okay, she did complete it. She is done. Megan is at 246 on Motordome. Jen is sitting at about 1.2 on Walking Dead. All right, Megan's up to 358 on Motordome. 418. So it looks like she does have one ball left. I'd be very surprised if she can't pick up these 4,000 points.
Up next is Julie.
All right, and she did it. So Megan will be moving on to The Walking Dead. Therese is just draining these balls out here.
Just a friendly reminder, when you are done your game, plunge out the rest of the game.
So Jen is still on Walking Dead. She's up to, it looks like from here, 4.3 million. Can't tell if that was the end of ball one or ball two. Oh, that was the end of ball two. The score to beat on Walking Dead is 18 and a little bit of change. 18,031,000. Here is Julie Whitaker starting on Guardians of the Galaxy. Therese has just started her game on Motordome also. Let's see if Julie chooses to take, all right, she did take Quill's Quest also. So it looks like this is probably going to be the, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. So it looks like Jen, her game is over. She scored 8 million. 8,034,000 is the score to beat now on Walking Dead. Looks like Julie, already has 10 million. So in that amount of time that I looked away, she's already won. So we will be seeing Claire come up next on Claire Burkhalter on Guardians of the Galaxy. All right. So Sarah has just moved on to mousing around. Therese is still playing Motordome. She's on ball three with 260,000. So she's got about 200,000 more in order to move on. Or for a guaranteed move on, I should say. Deborah is just now starting the game on The Walking Dead. Sarah is up to 55,000 on mousing around at the beginning of ball two. I might not be seeing other numbers in front of it, but I cannot see. So Therese ended with 383,000 on Motordome. That is the new score to beat. Amy Kesting is going to move on to The Walking Dead. Looks like at the start of ball two, Deborah is at 3.4 million with the skill shot. Sarah is up to 117,000 on mousing around. And it looks like that was the end. So here's Claire Burkhalter starting her game on Guardians of the Galaxy. And it does not look like she took Quill's quest, which seems to be the theme so far. Deborah just got a single danger, double danger, oh, and tilted. All right, Claire will move on. So the score on Mousing Around to beat Jen Rupert, I think, is going to be moving on, as Deborah scored 6.771 on The Walking Dead. So Jen will be starting on Mousing Around with a score of 159,500 to beat. Claire just put up her score. Julie is now playing Motordome Ball 1. All right, looks like there might be an error with the machine somewhere. Oh, nope, she's just checking the score to beat. The score to beat is now 383. Megan Brown is now starting her game on The Walking Dead. And Jen is also starting her game on Mousing Around. Julie's in the middle of ball 1, up to 171,000 on Motordome. We are waiting for Zan Sprouse to start her ball on Guardians of the Galaxy. Score to beat there is 2.987 million still.
Catching up on some of these scores here now that I'm back on the mic with you here.
So at the start of ball 2, Jen is at about 150,000 on Mousing Around. Score to beat is, I believe, 159. And Jen has done it. So Jen will be moving on.
Zan looks very close to the score. If she can get the... Yep, got the roaming jackpot. So that's all that Zan needs on Guardians of the Galaxy. She will safely move on as well.
And Julie just hit the mark on Motordome. She is finished.
So we can let Zan know that she is good to go. Yeah.
Walking Dead update. Megan is in the middle of ball 2. Oh, end of ball 2. Has a score of 3.7 million. And it looks like Jen did beat the score on Mousing.
I mean, you talk about in Jen's case how things can kind of go in, can accelerate and decelerate very quickly. You know, she had kind of that long layoff to start on Guardians of the Galaxy. It took a few games before someone beat her. But then right after that, just from Motordome to Walking Dead, just bam, 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 bam. Suddenly playing 4 games right in a row.
And she is now the leader of the pack. She is the farthest ahead in this race.
Yep, she has moved back to the lead of the pack. She sure has, playing Star Wars Pro. We should be seeing some... I'm interested to see what kind of scores we're going to get on Star Wars Pro, because that's one where you can either go... You can get a low score, but you can also go real big, real fast.
Oh, most definitely.
Should be very interesting to see how that shakes out. And now stepping up on Guardians Galaxy is Holly Cascade. See what she's able to do here. You know, the low. We've got that low score to work off of here. Just the 3 mil. So even though it presents very quick games, it's a great way to kind of show off how the format goes. And after this game, Jen should be close to done with Star Wars Pro soon. As soon as she's done and we get a player on Getaway, we'll move over to Getaway and let you guys check out the front of the pack once again. And also important to note, just because of how the tournament format is set up, you know, everybody will play Guardians of the Galaxy, but the number of people playing, each machine goes down by 1 every single time. So by my count, we've got 16 players playing. Well, that's actually perfect. So we'll have 2 full rounds of Amazing Race, 8 machines, because we have 16 players.
17.
So it goes 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. only 11 people, for example, are going to be playing Star Wars Pro. 10 people will play Getaway. 9 people will play AC/DC, and then 8 will play Adam's Family. And when we go back around again, it will just be the final 8 on the final 8 machines.
So Holly has moved on also, and it looks like Zan is getting ready. Oh, Zan is starting her game on Motordome now.
Yes. And next up on Guardians of the Galaxy, we have Gillian Holly. One of our standard league players who's been participating in a lot of the local leagues now for a few years. Really has become a huge pinball fan. I think she owns a Doctor Who machine.
Ah.
I am highly jealous of her. As we all should be for someone owning a Doctor Who.
I guess I should note Jen has still been playing Star Wars this whole time we've been talking since she has started. So I'm going to assume, I can't see from this far away, but that it's a pretty decent score at least. I'd find it hard to believe that it's not.
Well, and TIE Fighter multi-ball's coming up here too, so needless to say, you're putting multi-balls up. I see a 10x multiplier up there. She's probably putting together a pretty nice score. Now on Motordome. Oh no! I think we had a glitch on Motordome. Zan accidentally started a 2-player game. So I think what they're going to let her do is just play the first player as her official scorer, and then just drain out the second one.
That seems to work. It's not hurting anything.
Yeah, it's something where it's a no harm, no foul ruling in this case, and another big difference where you get really used to playing the 4-player games in standard tournament pinball. This is almost like a golf type format in the sense of you're playing the field just as much as you're playing the pinball machine.
Oh, most definitely.
Field as a whole. So we'll let that drain out, and now she has. She's probably wishing she took ball 2 right now. The RPM award gave her a bunch of points. The 219,000 is her score there. While we're waiting, Gillian has got her score on Guardians, so she will be able to move on. I think Brianna is going over to tell her that right now that she is good to go.
Julie is starting on The Walking Dead. Amy has moved on from mousing around. And Jen
I think we are now officially being held up by Jen's awesome play. She is still playing and has got a match, so.
I'll go check with the. Oh, I guess they'll update it for us.
They'll put the score up here in just a minute. I have a feeling it's only going to be up there for the length of her game with as good as it looks like she's played. 272 million is her score on Star Wars Pro. That's an excellent score. Obviously not the billions that the machine is capable of, but in this format, it rewards consistency and it rewards just playing solid games over and over again. So, much like a group play tournament where you do well by coming in second every time, as long as you play consistently good pinball, you're going to be okay in this format too.
Most definitely.
So Megan is now up over on Star Wars, so as soon as her game's done, depending on how she does, we'll have someone ready to play Star Wars. We'll get to see if it's Megan or if it's Jen here.
And right now, I do believe we have Wendy Medvik playing Guardians of the Galaxy. If I did not pronounce your last name right, I do apologize.
Medvik, did we get it right? I'm going to assume we got it right.
Okay.
I'm an optimist.
It does look like she
for
went
those
with
guys
the Quill's Quest start also.
Yep. For those, if you don't know, we are up at Level 1 Bar here in Columbus, Ohio, north side of Columbus. So just if you are familiar with the town, 270 is our circle interstate that goes around, and it is right on the north end of that loop. So, if you're within driving distance, or you can be within listening distance anywhere, we're happy to have you. But if you're within driving distance, we'd love you to come down and check this place out. It's a very, very cool bar and arcade with 20 pinball machines, about 40 arcade machines, a great selection from a lot of different eras as well. So a lot of great selection in here. while we're waiting, Wendy is already up to 1.8 mil. Still on ball 1, ball 2 lock. So I think she's making an effort to try and get the most out of her 3 million here. Already has the lock lit to get multi-ball on ball 1. Okay, maybe it'll be ball 2. Still not bad, 2.3 mil. With multi-ball pretty darn close. And that just about actually, there it is. As it turns out, she will not need it and moves on. Yep, she is safe. So we've got 3 players left to play on Guardians of the Galaxy here. We're going to have Michelle McLeister, who's going to be playing next. Then Brianna Reynolds, one of our tournament organizers here, who has done a wonderful job of putting all of this together. And I believe you pronounce that, I believe it is Kitty Burke is the name. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, my apologies. But so Rita's tournament life is coming down to these 3 players and whether they can get over 3 million points or not. And the odds would say yes, 3 million is a pretty low score on this game, but we'll see how it shakes out. We're still waiting on Megan to finish up on Star Wars here, see if she can best the 272 million point score. I think it's safe to say the final score is going to be lower than that. If I was placing a guess on it right now, I bet the low score on Star Wars will probably be in the 50 to 60 million range.
I could see it, because I've definitely played enough games where I've just had
on there. Not easily, not yet. It's good challenging, yeah. It's got its moments.
I'm not dissing it.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see where Megan's at. Megan with danger there, and Michelle going the same route that everybody else is. And of course, having watched everybody play Guardian so far, obviously strategies begin to show themselves, and it has here. Everyone's doing Quill to get the early multi-ball, to get the big points early. And when you only need 3, and she's got it.
Now, if you were playing in this format, would you rather go first to try and set the bar and keep momentum? Or would you rather go last and get to see what everyone else does before you play?
I would rather go last.
Okay.
Absolutely rather would go last. Because when we did this up at Clancy's a few years ago, I kind of found myself in both positions at different times.
Okay.
Because I did end up having to play a lot of games really, really early, but ended up with a top 15 finish out of about 60 people.
Okay.
So there were a lot of games where I had to play early and put up a score and try and hope that it would last. And that does get nerve-wracking, having to do all that waiting around to see, if your score's going to last. And then if you have that bad game that's going to, because that's the thing that gets you. You have one bad game, and you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
And in my case, I think I had it on Elvira and the Party Monsters up there.
And that's a pretty unforgiving game, in
Yes,
my
it
opinion.
is. Very unforgiving. Played it many a time and know that for a fact. But because of that, then that waiting effect, and especially when people are coming to the machine and rolling through it really quickly. I know what Reed is going through right now, looking at the various scores. That's tough.
So just as an update, Jen is now starting on Getaway. Megan finished with 130,000 just about, or 130 million, excuse me.
And of course,
Star
when we
Wars
switch
Pro.
over there, our camera is not working for the player camera.
Alrighty, well, I will take some time to go over and check it again. I thought it was working just fine.
Sounds
Did
good.
it happen to get pushed behind everything again?
Let's find out.
Nope. Alright, it's just not behaving. It looks like some other stuff got moved also.
We will go ahead and follow along with our playfield play here for a little bit, though, because it does give us a chance to show off a different game and show off some of the rules of the Getaway here. And she's, in fact, gone for one of the first good things that you can go for to get early points, and that is the Supercharger boost. Depending on targets you hit, can go as high as 10 million, but starts at 3 million. So it's a nice way to get some early points in the game. In fact, this game is kind of an interesting beast in the sense that, at least in my own personal experience when I played it, you can really hit a cap at about 20 million points, and then you've got to start getting jackpots and multi-balls. But you can get to 20 mil just by kind of playing what's out there on the start of the machine for you. So I think getting to that plateau is going to prove to be very important here. Like I said, there's a gear award, $3 million for that. We'll give this a moment here. While we're playing, we're troubleshooting the camera here. So hopefully we can get the player cam back on in just a minute. Looks like Jen's up to about $6 million at this point. Keeping the ball in play very nicely. Getting the burn rubber. The usual start on that is $5 million, and it is here too. So just like that, Jen's already up to 11 million points. Probably in a pretty safe position right now. I mean, she's going to have to wait on the people behind her to play, but the odds are pretty good. While that was happening, Bree was able to beat the score on Guardians. So now it comes down to Kitty Burke to see if she can beat 3 million. If she does, Rita will be eliminated from the tournament, unfortunately. Yeah, she had a tough go with her game right there, so. Also something to note for one of the games that we have in our rotation here, Motordome, through the Silver Ball Pinball League that they have here at Level 1, they're actually giving that machine away in about a week and a half, about a week from now. So just by participating in league weeks, being a part of the events they have here on a weekly basis, you can get raffle tickets to win a pinball machine. And Motordome is the one they are giving away here very, very shortly. So another reason to come check the bar out and become part of the different league events we have up here. So Kitty has a couple of dangers, but is almost at the score. Kitty has beaten the score, so she's at 3 mil. And we look back at Jen at 32 million. So she's starting to lock some balls and get ready for a potential multi-ball here. Setting that bar really, really high.
Rita's the first one knocked out of the tournament, but she does get a prize.
As Rita is the very good sport she is getting a prize for getting, as we would call it, best place. And she wins a pinball book. That is very cool. Let's see that thing. Can we show that? Rita. Can we show that off real quick? Let's see this thing. And Rita, for her participation, wins a copy of the book Drop Target Omnibus by Drop Target Publishing, a 540-page omnibus about pinball, playfield modules, all kinds of different stuff. I'm just kind of piecing through it right here. I actually got information, graphics from various tournaments that they've had over the years. Just found one for Papa 20th anniversary and one for Pinburg a couple of years ago. And not only that, but some of the design art that led up to it as well. So not just history of pinball, but kind of a lot of history of the growth of pinball and a lot of the tournaments and a lot of the culture that's built up around it. So a really cool prize on her part. It's a $30 value. So it's a tough break to have to go out the way she did, but that's not a bad little prize. It's a really nice, yeah, you're right. It's a really nice looking book. So we're going to get Alex looking. We're getting Alex looking at the camera here. Looks like Jen's done at 39 million on Getaway. That's a sensational score. So safe to say, pretty quickly in the going here, I think she's going to be able to move on. And we got it. Alex Bailey, technical aficionado here. Master of the sextuplet of webcams that makes up this setup.
It's just
I'm telling you, you got to be a streamer to understand that. Because that kind of setup is painful sometimes, but the fact you can manage it, man, props to you.
Yeah, I do my best, man, but it's not without our hiccups.
Absolutely.
These at least look it's a little easier to see the score in the play field now, I hope. I tried to readjust those a little bit while I was over there.
Yeah, it definitely is. And Jen's score was tremendous on that game, by the way. 39 mil. I can very safely say someone will go under 39 mil.
Oh.
And if someone doesn't go under 39 mil in the 11 or so people that are going to play this, then by God, props to all these players because they should be ranked higher than what they are.
Oh, I can shamelessly admit I've never scored 1,000,000 points on this game more than one time.
Really?
I have
a million?
Maybe not 1,000,000, maybe like less than like 3 or 4, but I've definitely had a couple really bad games on this game that I've been just like, I'm done. I put my hands up in the air and go over to fishtails or something.
Well, I was talking to Chad about that a minute ago before you came back, and very much on this machine, I think there's, in my past playing it, I played this a lot when it was down in Super Awesome.
Okay.
It feels like there's about 20 million points on the playfield before it really starts to get tough to score points, before you have to get that tough multi-ball shot that goes around the top left side.
Where you have to use the upper flipper?
Where you have to use the side flipper to flip it up and over into that lock. The supercharger bonus is huge. You can get up to 10 on that. You can get gear awards and do really well on that. But once you hit about that 20 million points plateau, then stuff starts to get a little bit real. You've got to really try to get more points. So 39 million, I think, is an excellent score on this, and it's going to be hard to beat.
All right, Amy has moved on from.
What do we got here?
Star
we got Amy
Wars,
going.
Like.
I think Amy is about to start. What do we got?
Should be Amy coming up next.
It is Amy Kesting. You are correct. So Amy will be stepping up. Player very, very capable of beating 39 million and moving on to AC/DC very quickly. As we are approaching the end of the first, we're starting to see the end of games. The end of the first half of this with 16 players will be once we're through the 8 machines. And basically, once that happens, we're just going to re-queue everything back up with the 8 players that are remaining. I'll have to ask Brianna. Maybe we can get her on the. Brianna or Evan, we can get them on here. Brianna, can you join us for just a second on the mic here? We've got a rules question for you.
What? Oh. Hold on.
Brianna Reynolds, everybody. Bree, how are you doing? Oh, I think other side.
Clearly, I am not technologically savvy. If you just saw that in person, lucky for you.
Our question was, when we come back around and start at Guardians of the Galaxy again, are we going to do a random draw of the 8 players remaining to determine order, or are we just going to go in the same order that we started with here, just with the 8 players that remain?
What do you mean? We're just going to go until it ends.
Okay, so we'll just go back around to Guardians.
I don't know if we're opening more games and letting these off of free play, or if we're coming back around. You'd have to ask Evan.
I think we are coming back around, because I see 9 as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, okay. Well, then, I don't know. You'd have to ask Evan.
Let's get Evan over here on the mic. Inquiring minds want to know. I mean, obviously, I know on Sunday when we do this, we're going to stick with seeding. But so we'll have a 1 to 24 seeding determined by the group play. Tonight's a little bit special in the sense of we're going straight to the Amazing Race, so we had a random draw for order here. So a little bit different. And Amy is starting ball 3 now at 21 million. She's kind of hit that plateau point we were talking about, right about the 20 mil mark. And now needs to get some locks in and try and get some bonus points. Just continue. Okay. All right, so we will continue with basically the initial random draw. We'll stay the draw, and we'll just work our way around. So Amy is not able to beat the score, but still 21,784,330. That's not a bad score. That probably will. I can see a lot of players being really in that vicinity as far as where that score ends up. So we're starting to look now at, we can look at Motordome. That one has completed, by the way. Motordome Wendy Medvick was eliminated with 127,730 points. And right now, it looks like Michelle is up on The Walking Dead. There's a little bit of a queue for Walking Dead. Zan Sprouse has 4,182,990 in Walking Dead, which it looks like Michelle is either right at or, yeah, she just beat it. So she's safe, and she will move on to the next round. She'll move on to the next machine. So that leaves just two players, Bree and potentially Kitty, to have to play this machine before we determine who will not move on from it. And with the queue as it is right now, Star Wars has taken a minute or two, so we are waiting on. We're waiting on Star Wars right now. Megan has lowered. The score has now been lowered. Megan scored 129 million on that. Still not a bad. I mean, it's not a great score, but it's not horrible for this format in Star Wars. So I think we are now very much waiting on the queue to kind of work itself out and us to get another getaway player. It's going to take a couple more minutes here. I think Deborah's going to be up, as we see. See if Deborah's floating around here somewhere. It's not the easiest place. This is not the easiest place to find people right now. It is a standing room only in the bar right now. So,
we've got a lot going on this weekend.
Yes, we do.
We've got the amazing race all weekend. The Good Guys car show is going on right around this whole area as well.
That's right, yeah.
And there's a local meetup group that comes, I think, the first Friday of every month.
Okay.
And I believe this is the first Friday in July.
I think it is.
And they'll alone bring usually 40 people. All the hotels are full.
They have brought
people.
the 40 people indeed today. Yeah. They totally have. So
we are definitely a full house.
Standing room only. Everyone working the bar back there is getting their money's worth tonight. That's for sure. Let me sneak back there a little early. I won't fault you for getting a few extra tips.
No, I'm on the clock at 9, and then I will be checking IDs. But I am only a short, I don't even know if a yell would suffice today, but a short tap on the shoulder, and I can be right over here to adjust whatever needs to be adjusted.
Well, probably now would be a good time to maybe, do you want to try and adjust over to a Motordome over on there so we can do that one move down?
Sure, I can.
Let's do it,
Deborah's playing now.
Because we've got a break on that machine, so I think now would be a perfect time to make that happen. So we're sending Alex on to his tech duties here while Deborah plays. Good call. Let's see what Deborah does. Deborah only 3 mil on the supercharger boost, but has the lock lit, has third gear lit, so a 4x bonus, and the bonus can come in handy here. You see, just like that, the score went from 3 mil all the way up to that 17 mil. And the bonus being held here. She probably has the score now just on bonus for ball 2 and ball 3, but a couple good shots will sure it up here. Just like in any format, you certainly don't want to be going into your next game on any kind of bad luck or something not going your way. You don't want to luck your way into the next round. You want to earn it. So now sitting at 20 million. And that'll drain, but the 4x bonus is going to get the job done. So 23 million attained. Deborah is safe and moves on to the next machine. She will be playing AC/DC as soon as Jen is done playing it. I don't have a score up for that yet, unfortunately. It looks like we're at Kitty being up on. So we're watching this here. My eyes can play tricks on me with how I'm looking at the television up here. Kind of looking at it as an angle, so even though I know the rows are moving upwards, it's an interesting thing. It's like it's still standing. I'm not losing a row every time, even though it looks like I should be, and I am. And we've got Megan up now on getaway, 21,784,000. That's the score to beat here. Let's see what she's able to do. Gets the burn rubber real early in the going here. So already at 9 million, just like that. I think Supercharger was cashed in when I wasn't paying attention. Another burn rubber award. And a lock early on, so good shooting by Megan here. Already a lockdown. Could have multi-ball and quick play here. Is she going to remember to shift gears is the question. It will mind she does. And now gets the supercharger boost. Still only 3 mil. Now it's very much about setting up that lock shot over on the right side of the playfield. Or if you can't set it up, at least redline it out and get some speed bonuses. Actually, that second lot does not appear to be lit yet. We are at yellow. Oh, the lock is lit. So we're sitting at 15 mil, very trusting on letting the ball just hit the flippers, get in the position she wants this ball to be in. And video mode is probably going to do it. Already at 5 and 6 and 7. Yeah, this is going to do it. And she's already... I think she's found the magic position in video mode. Nailed it. 26 million and a burn rubber award. 5 million freeway just doesn't even matter. She's at 52 million points. Excellent game for Megan. She moves on. So we've got our score sheet up for Motordome here. We're getting it ready for when it comes around next time. Well, Megan is good to go with that 56 million. They'll let these balls drain out here real quick. We do now officially have an ACDC score, by the way. Her Gen score is 9,802,000. So that's what everybody's going to have to beat here. There's going to be, I believe, 9 people who end up playing ACDC. And I see Kitty has moved on from Walking Dead, so that means Zan has been eliminated after the Walking Dead. So we have 3 players out, 13 players remaining in the event. And Kitty's got to beat 150,000 and has already done so. I'm watching it as we speak. So that means Sarah, the second player to go, and for 3 games she was the first person to have to put up their score. So Sarah will be eliminated at Mouse and Around. And we move on to Star Wars Pro. In Star Wars Pro, you can see, just because of the nature of the game, it's a stern game, plays a little bit longer, a lot more to do. It's a little bit of a longer play than some of these more classic games. We've got a queue right now of 6 people waiting to play Star Wars Pro. So we're going to be sitting watching some Star Wars for a minute.
I guess that's a testament to how well everyone knows the game.
What's that?
I'd say it's probably a decent testament that everyone knows this game pretty well.
Absolutely.
If everyone's playing that long.
There's almost a part of me that wants you to run over and switch it to Star Wars after Julie's done. We'll have enough players to make it worth it.
Most definitely.
Yeah, if you want to do it real quick, you know. Since we're keeping you hopping, right? So we might switch over that. We see those questions in chat here. Hey, I think that is probably Jesse at Arcade Legacy in chat. How are you? Also, thanks to the chat guys in the back. The link that you see in chat right now is the link to the tournament bracket right now. It's a little bit hard to follow, but just follow along with the lowest score, and you know that person is the person that's in risk of being eliminated, depending on how everybody else plays. We have 16 people playing tonight, so we got a really good turnout. Perfect number for the number of machines we're using. We're using 8 machines, and we're just going to flip back around. So from that aspect, it's absolutely perfect. And we've already had 3 eliminations through the format, so some very, very good players remaining in this bracket. We'll see how they do. Claire Burkhalter going into ball 2 at 13 mil, so probably about 8 mil away from safety. Tough bounce, but you know, it's not the toughest bounce in the world when you get the 5 million kickback on burn rubber. It's the most profitable left drain in all of pinball. And I think most machines seem to be set up that way, where it gives you that burn rubber pretty nicely. So drain out. Let's see what bonus is here. It's at 19 million, so just a little bit of work left for her to do here. Not out of the woods by any means. They're trying to get control. Has it. Good shot. Yellow. Lock is lit.
Very much so.
Definitely not safe yet. It's about another million. I don't think she's got it on bonus necessarily. That might help. 21.5 now. It's looking pretty good. I think she probably has it with bonus at this point, but a couple good shots will confirm the deal. Last lock's lit. And I think that's going to be enough. She has enough right now. So
now that we see that every game has been played at least once, Jen has put a score of 6.8 on Adam's family.
6.8?
Yes.
Yes.
So now, assuming somebody, or once we get the first low score and someone else is allowed to move on, do they just go back to the beginning of the line and play Guardians?
Will go back, that's right. They will go back to the beginning of the line and play Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
Do you want to check on Star Wars? I think Julie just got done. Or Gillian's going to step up. So
that one, because I'm going to have to unplug something, that will take me a minute to move.
Okay, then don't worry about that one right now. We'll stick on Getaway then. The score in Getaway is pretty good.
And once everyone's run through Getaway, I can turn and move everything back to AC/DC.
Okay,
or over
let's
to
do
AC/DC.
That. Yeah.
And have a different set of games for round 2.
Yes. So Getaway is a little bit of, Claire's going to be moving on from it. She had a good enough score. So now Julie is going to be next up, it looks like, on Getaway.
And Claire should be starting on AC/DC here in a minute. Oh, wait, unless Megan hasn't played yet. Oh.
I may have just deprived her of an adult beverage. I hope I didn't. This format is definitely challenging for Brianna and Evan. There are primary referees kind of working the machines and making sure everything goes smoothly tonight. It's a challenge for them because they have to really be, I think, just as much as if you're doing scorekeeping for a Papa tournament, on top of everything that's happening on the machines at all times. And unlike a Papa tournament where really the main thing you have to be looking at when you're scorekeeping that is just you're looking at the machines just saying, okay, this guy's on ball 3. I got to be ready to take his score down in just a minute. Mm-hmm. With these, you kind of have to look at the scores all the time because you got to know how close you're getting to where it's a safe zone.
Most definitely. And if you lag behind on reporting at all, you're not just holding the one group up at this point. You're holding everything up.
Exactly. It's a challenge. It is a major challenge, but that's why we got the best of the best running this thing, man.
It's definitely awesome to watch it in progress, though. I mean, this is moving very, very quickly, and Megan is now back on Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep, she sure is. And as soon as Megan gets on to Motor Room, we'll switch over to that for a couple of minutes and let you kind of see that game.
I think that might be the first time we've ever had it on stream, and it's the game that is going to be given away. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, it might be this weekend will be the last time it's on stream because the next time someone plays it after this weekend, they're going to be playing it in their house. Mm-hmm. I am jealous of whoever that turns out to be. Julie having a tough go here. A lot of work left to do in ball 3. She really needs some good bounces here and control the ball. It seems like she's just missing these shots by the slimmest of margins at the moment, too. She's trying for that supercharged shot. You can almost tell. And why not? It's 3-4 million points that are just right there for you. See if she can't quite get the burn rubber. Oh, good save. Looked a little bleak there for a minute. Another speed bonus. Now on ball 3, that means she's going to get that bonus twice. So it's a 4x bonus, and she could earn it twice. 5 million freeway, that's huge. Here she comes. This could be another 5 right here. It is. Suddenly, really close. Oh, and the drain at the end. But she's getting the bonus twice. This could be enough. That's taking her to 20. The bonus held. She's going to make it on the bonus held. Wow. Wow. Hey, Jesse, if you're in chat right now, if you could clip that, I want to send that Julie's way. just to show her the reaction of her pulse going down by 20 points in an instant, because wow. You know, the moment I saw that she had the 4X and what the bonus was, it's like that might add up, and it did.
Most definitely. So when you have bonus held, it literally will just give you your bonus 2 times?
If it's ball 3.
Only on ball 3?
Only on ball 3, yeah. The bonus held, basically, it's like, well, since otherwise, I guess the feeling is you can't hold the bonus. So, like, instead of holding the bonus, we'll just give you one more, just because we love you. So she survives, and we'll move on to AC/DC, and it looks like Gillian will be next on getaway here as soon as she's ready to go. And Julie taking a look at the scoreboard here, probably exhaling many, many times over. You can see it on her face. Whew. And so we're getting close now on Star Wars Pro. Therese, by the way, now has the lowest score on there and is going to wear the Pariah Pit lanyard of shame at 47 million. That's about where I thought the low scores would come in, right about that 50 million mark. So she is at risk at this point of possibly being knocked out of the tournament. And she will wait while Michelle steps up. So Star Wars, the queue, I mean, with a low score now on there, the queues could really start to run quickly on that game, as it is already starting to even out just a smidge. By the way, while we're looking, Megan's very quietly putting up a great Guardians of the Galaxy score here at 43 mil. I think it's safe to say that is going to hold up.
Very much so. I believe we were looking at a 4-ball multi-ball at the moment, too.
Yeah. Someone will go under now 49 million. So she's setting the bar nice and high. That's how you want to do it when you're basically leading off a game, and she's doing exactly that right now. But here's Gillian now. Ball 3. Oh, she's in trouble. 5 million. Almost the exact same scoring mark that Julie was at. Now, Julie came back. And we saw how she did it. Freeway bonus, burn rubber, and 4th gear bonus. So I think she has the bonus, but that drain's going to do her in. Nope, she doesn't have it. So Gillian at 6.8 million in a tough position on getaway. That means Amy's going to be able to finally move on. That 21 mil was holding for a long time. And that's not a horrible score. So Holly will be the next to step up on getaway in just a second. As Amy now is kind of going to experience the break and having to get back in the rhythm of play. So, I mean, she was early on. She was player number 3 early on in this event, and now she's had quite a bit of time. I mean, just looking at she was the second player to play on getaway, so there's been 6 players to play since she's last done any pinball, and she's also got a queue up behind Julie in AC/DC, so it's still going to be a couple minutes before she plays. Got to work off that rust and hopefully be nice and relaxed and ready to go. That's just a bad luck there for Holly. Exits ball 1 just over a half mil. The gear worth 3 mil. Now with 6 million being the score, that's huge. A burn rubber would probably do the job by itself at this point, or a supercharger bonus. Looks like that's what she's aiming for, is the supercharger. Got it. That's going to do it. As that comes in at 3 mil. And as soon as that score pops back up, there it is, 12 million points. I don't think she knows she's safe, but she is safe. By the way, Megan ended up at 55 million for Guardians of the Galaxies on second time around. So Holly is safe.
I'm going to go help Evan real quick.
And we're going to move back to Motordome here. And let's update the name of the game here. Here we are. Perfect. Okay. So, Motordome will be the next game played. Megan will play it as soon as Claire gets a chance to play Guardians of the Galaxy and tries to beat that very impressive 55 million point score. She steps up. She looks at the score. We might have heard a cuss word there. I cannot confirm or nor deny that statement. But she's got her work cut out for her here. I mean, even if she gets a lower score than that, there's 8 people that are going to play this. The odds are still pretty good. I mean, if she scores like 40 million points, she's probably still going to move on, but she's going to have to sweat it a little bit. And while we're waiting, Therese is... Did Therese move on? No, Therese did not move on. No, Therese did move on. Michelle, wow, Michelle McLeister, only 24 million on Star Wars. I'm honestly very shocked about that. So Brianna's only got to beat 24. Star Wars is going to move pretty quick now. And that means Therese gets to play some getaway. Getting back to her screen here, the one you are witnessing, 5 million. So just with that burn rubber bonus, you're basically 80% of the way there. And there's the supercharger. There it is. So I mean, the formula now with where the score's out on getaway is very simple. Get burn rubber, which almost always will be a 5 mil draw on your first hit. And the supercharger is 3 million to start, and you can get higher numbers. So Teresa's going to move on. Just going to have to wait this out here when she realizes that it's safe, and Bree now realizes that it is safe. Hang on just a second here. All right, here we are. So that means now Therese moves on. Brianna is going to be up and has to beat that 6.8 million score. Kitty is playing Star Wars as we speak, but I don't see her playing, so I'm not sure if she needs to play yet or she has moved on from it.
I just want to mention that
I guess we'll find out in just a minute.
On Guardians right now, Claire is up to almost 45 million.
Holy
so it's going to be a tight race, I think,
to
see
God.
Who holds it. But we will have a game on Motordome then as soon as this is over.
Yeah, really. I mean, and here we thought 55 was going to be an intimidating score. Not for her. Not at all. So Brianna already at 3.2. Kind of already knows what she needs to get in order to move forward here. Won't get it on ball 1, but that's okay. Still a 2x bonus to be had there. And there it is, and that will do it. She is safe. She should know in just a minute. While we're waiting, Claire is on ball 3, and I don't think she's going to beat the 55 mil. No, 51 million. I mean, yeah, that means she's got to wear the lanyard of shame, but I still don't think she's going to be wearing that very long. 51 is an excellent score on that game. So,
All right.
you know, for her to be eliminated right now, she's got to trust 6 people are going to be 51 million. I think the odds are pretty good in her favor. Oh, Metrodome? Are we switching?
Yeah.
Hey, we can switch right now. Yes, that's right. Let's switch over to Metrodome real quick.
Glad to see all the cameras are still behaving.
That's right. Alex, I'm going to let you take commentary here for just a minute or two.
All right, that's about all I have until I need to run up front.
I need to talk to a man about a horse real quick, so to speak. And I will be right back.
All right, so unfortunately, as I said, I am kind of unfamiliar with this game. I do know there are 3 different difficulty levels you can choose from, but I guess each of these skill levels refer to a playfield multiplier. The million letters are collected by shooting the right ramp to upper saucer combo, or by shooting the center target when it is flashing red. The right ramp to upper hole combo will award the million shot when lit, 3 million if you've chosen skill level 3. And based upon the other scores that I had seen earlier so far, 3 million is extremely good on this game. All right, nice shot around the orbit. Ooh, so close. All right, so it looks like the end of ball, end of ball 2. So going into ball 3 at almost 400,000 here for Megan. Ooh, very good save there. Ooh. So it looked like it was an ending score of 546 somewhere in that field. 546, 910. By no means do I think that is a bad score at all. Very respectable. So I don't think she'll have to worry too much, as I find Metrodome to be very difficult. So, as we are waiting for the next game of Guardians to end, I may as well swap us back over to Getaway and get us some action. Over here we do have Michelle playing, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So Michelle is playing Getaway right now. And her current score to beat is 6.8 million. Just shy of 6.9, technically. And it looks like the camera has become a little off-center due to physical play with the machine. Just happens, though. So Michelle is just about there, and she has one more ball to go. So my gut tells me she's pretty safe here, but anything can happen, I guess. I don't think this game has a ball save. And the bonus is held, so I definitely think out of just the bonus she'll have enough. All right, and there it is. So So it looks like Julie's score on Guardians of the Galaxy is now going to be the one that needs to be beat. She had 37.2 million. So we should have another game of Motordome coming up in just a minute, and I believe it will be Claire Burkhalter up. So we'll go ahead and swap this over. I do need to find Scott, as I need to get up front and check IDs. Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in. And I'm sorry I'm not able to present the action in a more, I guess, logical format. As far as being able to follow one person the whole time, it's just very, very difficult. So I'm doing the best I can with what I got, and I think it's turned out pretty good. If you guys have any suggestions of how I might be able to do this better in the future, I am very, very open and willing to listen to anything and everything, as I'm trying to give you guys the best product possible, or experience, I guess whichever is more the technical term. So Claire looks like she's stepping up to Motordome now. Amy Kesting is going to be starting a game on Guardians of the Galaxy. Score to beat for Claire is 546, 910 on Motordome. So pretty much 547. Once we see that. All right, and Claire is going straight to level 3. Ooh, unfortunate. Into ball 1, sitting at about 80,000. Got one. All right, sorry about that. I'd try and send someone to track Scott down for me. My time is about up. Claire's definitely hanging in there. 343 now. Ooh, very nice save. Ooh, nice. 417. And, oh, it's 546. I thought it was in the 4s. There's still a little bit of the way to go. And she's done it. Score to beat on Guardians is 37 million. Amy is in the middle of ball 2, I think. I don't want to get too close and disturb her, but she is at 26 million. Looks like Michelle is on AC/DC at the moment. And Bree is on Adam's Family. So we've got Amy, Holly, and Therese all in the Guardians lineup, or queue, rather. Amy currently playing. Sorry about that. And since Claire did pass the Motordome score, Claire is currently playing The Walking Dead and setting the bar. So, as Michelle is the last person on AC/DC, once she is finished, I am going to move the getaway setup over to AC/DC. Or possibly Adam's Family, as that will be the game to determine who stays and who goes. So let me check with Evan on which he would prefer now, because that'll probably be the last thing I get to do. All right, so Evan does say to move them to AC/DC, as that will be where the final two people play to determine who the winner is. And I will be taking care of that shortly. Amy has surpassed the 37 mark on Guardians of the Galaxy, so she will be moving on to Motordome. Where's the action, Alex? Oh, yeah, sorry. I've got the camera spread apart kind of a bit now. Just waiting on, we had a really long queue on Getaway. Or no, the new Star Wars people were playing for a very, very long time. But now it seems like the line is catching back up. And here is Amy on Motordome. Looks like my player cam got thrown to the side. Oh, Cindy Lou. Okay, Cindy. Sorry, it was hard for me to read that from over here. How you doing, Cindy? Good to see you in here. Ah, okay. So that looked like a little bit of high-level strategy. I don't know. Was she getting points every time she touched the flippers? I don't know if I've noticed that before. Oh, maybe not. Just still rolling over and counting from before. 441. Wow. Okay. So Amy is caught up very quick. The score to beat is 546. They are both here. I will let them both know you said hi. But Amy has passed it. So she will be moving on. Currently, Holly is playing Guardians of the Galaxy. Her score to beat there is 37. And she is on, it looks like, ball 3 with 18 million. So it should be just a short bit. As I said, I think Holly's on ball 3. There are no other games currently going on, though, so I'm going to go move those cameras on ACDC while we are waiting on someone to hop on Motordome. And I will be right back.
Okay, guys, we are back. Sorry I was away for a few moments there. Cindy, how are you doing? I see you in the chat there. I will make sure to tell both DJ and TJ hello for you. In fact, I see them both over there. If it wasn't for the fact I was on microphone, I'd tell them right now. But let's take an update on where we are at. Doesn't look like anybody's playing Motordome right now. So I'm going to take just a quick moment here to re-gauge where we are to make sure I've got everything in line here. Sorry to keep you waiting there, Alex. And it looks like, wow, Guardians of the Galaxy is still being a super strong event. I do see we have a couple eliminations. Wow. It hit with only 14 mil on Star Wars. Absolutely bailed out Michelle there. I thought 24 was for sure going to be the low score there. Michelle did, however, get eliminated not too far after. Getaway was Gillian. The 6.8 score did end up being the worst score on there, so she will end in, I believe that is 10th place. On AC/DC, Michelle was eliminated with a score of 5.6 million. And on Adam's Family, unfortunately, Jen, who is right here next to us, was eliminated with that opening score of 6.8 million. So she will finish in 9th place. Was that? Oh, absolutely. The more the better. Absolutely. Grab a mic. The more the better. I will accept all the help I can get. What do we got here? Oh, I'll let you grab that so I don't knock over the beverage.
Yes. I brought alcohol just to spill all over your equipment.
Never mess with someone's beverage. That is...
Oh, no. You want this, Jen? Oh, of course you get it. Hi, bye, everybody.
Deborah Talman, everybody. She's still in this thing. Yes, she is.
Deborah's killing it right now.
She's doing good. Everybody's killing it at Guardians of the Galaxy right now.
Deborah knocked me out on Adam, so
yep.
Not that I'm salty on it. Deborah's a great player.
Jen Ruper, by the way, is joining us. If you do not know her, one of our wonderful Columbus League players who comes to all of the events around here.
I do. You know what? I moved here like a year ago and play like all the tournaments down here as much as I can.
Heck yeah.
So yeah.
So let's see where we're at with everything here. I think Julie is playing right now on Motordome. So that's the one that's live right now. I'm going to switch it off studio mode so it's easier to see.
What score she got to beat on this?
She has got to beat 438,200.
Obtainable. I feel like that's very obtainable.
Now, help me out. I know there's the playfield multipliers that come into play based on what difficulty you select.
And I can see that right now she selected difficulty 1, so she may not know that she needs to switch it up and select difficulty 3 in order to get the most bonus for this game.
Okay. Now, can you switch that multiplier on the fly, and does it change the game at all, or is it just every plunge?
You can only switch it up on ball 1, so that's why it's very crucial on ball 1 in order to select the third playfield, like the third most difficulty. So it's strategic in this one.
Now, I guess the other question is, what changes about the difficulty in the playfield with the different difficulty levels?
You know what? That's a great question, and I do not know the answer to it.
Fair enough.
I just know everyone who has ever told me, like, Motordome, select difficulty 3. So, and what does she need?
She's almost there. Needs about another 16,000.
I think she can do it. As she hits that drop target right there on that side, on the left or the
almost
right.
That's it. She's got it.
Yeah, there it is.
She got it.
Very nice.
She's already had one really, really close escape earlier tonight. When she was playing Getaway, she was saved by about 200,000 points based on getting a double bonus on ball 3. So she had a 4x bonus and a bonus hell to get it again.
Nice.
And just barely passed through. So that means, let's see here, we are waiting on a couple more people to come over. We're waiting on Brianna and Deborah based on how they do in Guardians. The Guardian score has lowered now. Therese got 22 million on it, which really still is not a bad score.
You know what, though? I'm still so salty about my first gameplay and the fact that I got 10 million. I got 10 million.
And the thing in this format, that's not horrible. I mean,
you know what, though? I feel like, it's one of those things where it's like, I get that score, and I know I can play 1,000 times better than that.
Oh, no doubt.
1,000 times better. And so I sat there, so salty after I was the first person to play, and it's like, all right, everybody's got to be 10 million on Guardians. I'm like, everyone's going to do that. Absolutely, because it's a horrible score. Like when I'm used to putting up like 90 million or 100 million on it, I put up 10 million. Ugh.
Well,
I was so salty. And you know what? This is what is so great about this format. Like,
yeah.
This has been such a great format, and I put up not a great score, but yet somebody put up a lower score than me.
Right.
So I got to move on, which makes you feel good because you're like, all right, even that was a bad score, I could still move on.
I think it kind of can change your psychology a little bit, even in how you play, because instead of necessarily playing, and you had a tough go of it too. You were the first person.
Exactly, Scott. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm setting the tone for this.
Yeah, that's
and I go up
tough
there.
because
I'm like, I'm on camera. I'm setting the tone. Oh gosh, I'm gonna play so badly, and of course I did.
You have to play it like a normal game because for you it is. You're the first person up there. You're going to be playing your whole game. You have nothing to base your score on. So that's a tough position for you to be in.
And you know what? I feel like, again, why I like this format so much is because it's not you against everybody else. This is the truest form of like you against the table.
Yeah.
Like it's legitimately like I am putting up the best score I can on this table.
Yeah.
Possible.
But certainly there's that advantage.
There's no psychological aspect of it. Until you go in and you're like, all right, well, I need to beat this score. But at the same time, it's like, I'm beating the score against this table. I don't care how everybody else is
exactly. Playing. So, yeah, you really didn't have to think about it too much. You just played it.
Because I played very badly.
Yeah, but... I mean,
so we'll see tomorrow,
that is a tough draw to be first.
And like I don't want to say like in my defense, but in my defense, I haven't been up here. They've done a lot of work to these tables. They have. Like
they look like they're playing great.
Carlos, all of them have done so much work to this. They are clean, they are adjusted, and they are playing very, very well. And that is not something that I'm used to doing. Mm-hmm. So if I'm not used to the way that these tables are playing, then I'm going to play differently.
Sure.
Especially with Star Wars. I went up there, when I got here earlier and I was warming up, and I'm like, whoa. Star Wars is playing way different than I'm used to it playing. So
yeah, I mean, I didn't see really anybody have super high scores on Star Wars. I mean, it started at about 250 million, which is a good score. I mean,
that was mine. I set that down.
Right, which is not a bad score. I would call that maybe average, but in this format, average is not bad.
No, I would agree. And you know what? And even with all the ladies here, like there's a lot of really good ladies players here.
Yes, there are.
Bree's here, Deborah's here, Megan's here, Claire's here, Amy.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of really Michelle, like a lot of really top 100 players, like for women's here, which is. I mean,
I'm not sure how that'll reflect as far as like the Whopper points go for the women's rankings, but I got to think there's going to be good points to be had here tonight.
Absolutely. I know when I saw Michelle walk through the doors, I was super pumped. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love playing Michelle. Like Michelle McClister's a great player. Again, Bree is a great player. Claire, Amy, Julie, Deborah, Holly, all of the women here are just amazing players.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of amazing players that come out of Ohio in general. And
no doubt.
So it just is so great to play against all of them, especially in this type of format where it's not like I'm playing against them. Yeah. But I am at the same time.
And like we're talking about the difference between you having to lead off and say where Deborah is in her position right now, where she's on ball 2. We don't have hers up, so we'll kind of walk through it. She did just get a multi-ball.
She is starting group right now, yeah.
But started group multi-ball, has to get to 22 million points, and is only sitting at about 6.1 right now. So, at this point in the game, it's still just play your normal pinball game.
Yes.
But on some of these, especially on Getaway, I think when Gillian had her 6 million point game, your strategy completely changes. Then it becomes, how do you get the points quick? Or you kind of know your shots, and you almost saw everybody go for burn rubber because that almost lands at a 5 mil every time.
5 mil. Well,
and your supercharger is a 3 mil.
It is because right now I know that Getaway is set to tournament mode, so you're guaranteed to get 5 million if you hit burn rubber, and then again 3 million if you hit your
supercharge.
Supercharge.
Bam, 8 million points. You're done.
Right there. and then again, and from there, it's just kind of like, well, what do you go for? And I feel like that's starting to build your locks to get your multi-ball in order to get those points. And so right now, Deborah sits at, it looks like she just started Pod Chase with 14 million.
Is she on ball 3 now, it looks like?
I am blind as a bat, Scott, so I have no idea.
I need to make an eye appointment, apparently. My contacts are failing me, so don't feel bad.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach it, but we'll find out with this headset. Yes, she is on
so
ball
now
3.
it's and now here's where the pressure kind of kicks in a little bit. Has to get 8 million points to move on, and in looking at the bank here, she is the 8th player. I think she would be the last player playing this. So this is do or die for Deborah right here.
But it does like she has Hardened Enforcer almost started. If she doesn't have a mode started, but the last, so she might have it. All right, so
okay.
So she's gonna select Pod Chase. She does have Hardened Enforcer started, but I don't know if she sees that because she's not hitting the button at this point.
Not yet, at least.
Yes.
Orb 2 collected, so we could be getting close to orbs.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if it was me, I would maybe hit that button.
She might be saving it. We'll see.
Yeah.
She's got a ball save now that, depending on where the ball drains out, she could get that. That's a possibility, too. 600,000. Oh.
Ooh, buddy. 2 times.
Shot multiplier's huge.
Yep. Oh, is that orb?
That would be orb 3.
That's orb multi-ball. That's orb multi-ball. Nice.
And she got it and the extra. Okay.
Yep.
So
All right.
now everything changes.
So now she's going to save that Hardened Enforcer shot for now when she's got orb. So.
Holy crap. Okay,
Woo!
there it is.
There it is. And she just gave me a huge high five.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Instantaneously
Nice.
going from in the danger zone to very comfortable.
In like 2 shots.
Yeah.
And those are the shots you're like, please teach me how to do this. I wish I knew.
Amen.
I wish I knew.
Poor Cindy. She's in chat saying, not used to having machines that play right. Come back to Ohio. I know Colorado's awesome. We miss you. We miss you tremendously.
We do miss you so much. But
we have people that take really good care of machines here.
Yes.
We just do.
So Deborah is moving on, which means she knocks out Therese.
Yep, Therese will finish in 8th place. It looks like Motordome right now is marked as Holly being on the danger list there.
All right.
But Deborah does need to play that and beat 438,000.
All right.
So she will immediately be moving over to Motordome, and then I assume after that we will be switching back over to ACDC.
Yes.
And we'll be showing ACDC, which is the second to last machine in the rotation.
My personal vote is I feel like Star Wars should have been streamed.
Oh, she was laughing at you saying that, by the way. Not
What?
that she doesn't have good machines in Colorado, but you saying not used to having machines that play right.
Oh, Cindy, you know I love you. And I miss you. And you literally moved as soon as I moved down here. So.
Yeah. Just save a couple of couches for me, the wifey, and the
There you
kiddo.
go.
We're coming out there at some point. That's all I'm
right.
saying.
So we're about
All
to
I'm
see
saying.
Deborah fight for her life. Not really, but
Her pinball life,
for
at
her
least
pinball
tonight.
life, yes,
Yeah.
on Motordome. So she needs to, Scott, what does she need
All right.
to beat?
438,000.
Okay.
Now, did she do? She did do level 3.
She did nice. Yep. So that's what
Instantly,
I'm saying. Is
200,000.
yeah. So see, and that's because she got the shot at the top. She hit her skill shot, so to speak, as well as she had ×3. So
I mean, you can't ask for a better start
you
than that.
can't. Like, it's not even comparable. Like people.
The spinner was
I
lighting
would
up for
say
10,000
people-
a spin.
Yeah, and I think her drop target is still up, but yep, and she hits it. Yeah, she may get this on ball 1. Oh,
Yeah, it won't happen, but good bonus.
yeah.
And I mean, she's only 30,000 away. There it is.
So yeah, there. See,
She survives,
gets it.
and that means
That's what I'm
that
saying.
Holly is eliminated in 7th place.
She gives me another high five.
So Holly is eliminated in 7th place.
And
Yeah.
that's why
when
Scott-
Holly's out in 7th place, she just won a tournament on Wednesday.
I know she did.
Yeah.
She did. She killed it at that critical hit tournament was amazing.
I wish I could have
It
gone.
was
I feel bad
so
I
much
couldn't
fun.
go. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! If you ever have anybody who's listening out there, if you ever have a chance and you see it is a critical hit tournament, cards are in play. It's dirty. It's amazing. I totally won my first round because it was dirty, but you know.
That's
you
the
steal
nature
high
of the
scores,
event, though.
You
You
give
use your
double
cards right.
dangers. You inflict insanity. Get everybody out of there.
Yeah.
It's so great. It's great. It's a lot of fun. So if you
Oh,
ever have
man.
the chance, you see there's a critical hit tournament going on, strongly suggest to go. It is
Heck
tons
yeah.
of fun.
So Amy,
where are we at, Scott?
Amy has
on-
worked her way back up to be the lead player now.
Okay.
Of course, she started third, but had a really long break between when she played. Oh, I gotta find it here. I think it would. It's one of these games. Yeah, she had a long break between Getaway and ACDC.
Okay.
She had 21 million, and that held for a long time.
Okay.
So, but because of how she's been playing, she's been moving up quickly, and she's moved up to the spot where she's back in the league because she started out as the third player
Okay.
in this rotation. So right now we've kind of got a little glut on Star Wars, 2 machines before our next one to be featured, which is ACDC.
And
So we've
that's
got a little
what
bit of a break on
I'm
our hands right now.
wondering if we could see if we can get something in on Star Wars, because Deborah's going to make her way towards that. So I don't know if there's a way that we can.
It depends on if I can free up Alex, and the way the bar is
Yes.
right now, wait, he's working IDs up front.
Oh, he's IDs.
So we probably have lost our tech
Yes.
for a little bit.
Yes. I was gonna
So
say,
now's a
if
good
there's
time just to kind of chill and chat
I
a
was
little
going to
bit.
say, if
with
there's a way
everybody.
that we can move it up to Star Wars, I feel like Star Wars would be like a great game to view.
Definitely.
You know what? I might see if he can do that.
Well, go up and ask
All
and
right.
see if we can free him up to move Motordome down.
Yeah, let's do that.
just
You
let
know
me
what,
know.
Scott, I'm going to hit you out for 2
Okay.
seconds.
All good, all good. While that is happening, Amy's score is now complete. 384 million on Star Wars Pro. And there's only going to be, if my math is what I think it is here, Deborah has already actually moved on. Deborah has now been the main eliminator ever since Addams Family, because of how close she came to being eliminated on ACDC. She eliminated Claire, who will end up in 6th place, being eliminated on Walking Dead, and now Deborah's got to get 1.1 million on Mousing Around. That was Brianna Reynolds' score. And I'm kind of watching from a distance here to see how she's doing. It looks like she's at, I think she's only at 54,000 so far. So she's got a lot of work to do. Already a danger, but trying to build up the cheese on there. You are correct. There is a Carlos floating around here somewhere. I think he's getting a little practice in, just chilling, talking to everybody. I almost gave him a little bit of hell. I always see him wearing some kind of ball cap, so I actually looked at him and said, I almost didn't recognize you because you weren't wearing your ball cap. So let's see here. Looking over from a distance, Deborah's at about 414,000. Still working on ball 1. Deborah has become the great eliminator because she is playing last probably the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think, you know what, I think we might be just hanging out until
And that's
Deborah
fine.
gets over to ACDC right now.
Well, and
a
we
little
will have,
busy.
we'll have a couple players playing it.
Yeah.
We'll have three people playing it. I see 15 here, but I think there's going to be a 16th machine, and that 16th machine
Okay.
would be Adams, unless I'm losing my mind, which is very possible.
You know
Or
what,
wait, no, it
you're
would
the
be ACD it
scorekeeper
would be
above me.
ACDC
You're the
because-
scorekeeper above me.
It would be ACDC because there's 2 people left at that
Yes.
point.
Yes. So Tish is still on there?
What's that?
Tish is still on? Who do we have still in, Scott?
We still have, it looks like Deborah got it. Deborah got it. I
What
see
does
her
she
name
need
moving.
on,
So she will move on. Brianna will come in 5th place.
well, no, I don't know. What did she
Oh, wait a
need?
minute.
No,
Maybe
no,
not
no.
yet.
No,
I thought I saw a name move. I was wrong.
No, yeah, it
I
looks
stand
like
corrected.
she needs, what does she need on
She needs
Mousing Around?
basically 1.2 million.
Okay, so she's about 900 right now
Okay.
on ball 2.
Apologies for missing that, everybody.
So let's see. Ooh, and she just got a double danger.
And a tilt.
And a
Wow.
tilt.
I didn't even
Oh
see
my
the thing tilt.
goodness. Oh, wow.
Apparently this one's set to extra evil.
So she's about 900 on ball 3.
All right.
And she's walking away to let it chill for a second.
She's taking a.
I don't blame her. I do the same thing.
Oh,
What
absolutely.
do you do in that situation?
Oh, I absolutely step away for a minute.
yeah.
And in this, there's no one behind her. So, there's no holding up the line. There's no.
She's making faces at us.
She acts like we're telling her to go play. Not in the
we're
least.
not. We're totally telling her that she needs to
We
chill.
are advocating your strategy right here.
I love it right now. Like stepping back.
You're not holding up a line at all, so you
relaxing.
might as well
you're
give it a
good.
minute
Like,
or so
take
and let it
your
calm
time.
down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
At the time, I wasn't doing anything to the machine, so the chill was like,
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't feel like you hit that hard.
something's going on in there, and I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah,
There's like alien.
it is. Well, you're good.
The
You
machine's
got
having
this.
shenanigans.
Yes. All right. So, I'm sorry, Scott, can you remind me, what do we need? What score does Deborah need on this?
1.2 million will move her through.
1.2, and she's at 905 right
Yes.
now. Okay.
While we're waiting, Amy has moved on to getaway, so Amy is now guaranteed top 3. Megan put up 53 million points on Star Wars Pro. So Julie has to beat 53 mil. And if she's able to, Julie will ensure herself a top 3 finish. Well, that'd be
On
a
Star
great finish
Wars?
for Julie. Yep, Megan got 53.
Okay, that's very doable. On
Yes,
Star Wars?
very much so.
Absolutely. Let's see what... it's so
Right now
difficult
we are
when
watching
don't-
Deborah before we get to
Yeah,
our
it's
ACDC
difficult
show.
when we don't see. We got 1.1 I can see right now.
Is that
So,
1.13?
Yep, it's 1.1.
1.14? I can kind of see here.
No, we are
1.17.
We're still 1.
She's right there.
It's like 1.18. So let's see what she gets with her bonus.
Uh-oh. It's going to come down to this. That's 1.4, isn't it?
1.4. It's
She got
1.4.
it. She got it.
It is 1.4.
So with that,
Yes. Yes, Deborah moves on.
Cindy going, oh my God, Evan looks so little in his pick in the Google sheet.
All right, so we are going to get to
Cindy,
see...
would you like us to get Evan on the broadcast here so you can tell him that yourself? I feel like that needs to be broadcast for the world to hear. It would make for compelling Twitch casting. So there we go. Julie is...
So Julie's officially out.
Not necessarily. What did Julie get?
So we are waiting on. She got
No,
31.
yeah, Julie had 31.
Okay, so 31 is the score to beat on Star Wars. Which,
Yes.
Knowing how Deborah plays.
Answer: yes.
Yes. Knowing how Deborah plays on Star Wars, I have a feeling. Oh wait, yes, we are on Star Wars. Yes, I think my strategy at this point. I'm going to go for TIE Fighter. And,
Yeah.
if I needed to get 31, I'm going to do TIE Fighter and then hit that in order to get TIE Fighter multi-ball. And you easily can rack in 31 mil on
Yes.
that. Easily.
Even crappy. I hate to say this. I'm sorry, Julie. I'm
Yes,
sorry. Crappy
it's-
Star Wars player me can get 31 mil.
No, you're not a crappy Star Wars player.
No, the last game I played on this was about 25 mil. I am on that machine is not friendly to me.
But you know what? In your defense, the way that it's playing right now, it's playing very fast.
Yes,
like
it is.
used to how we're used to playing this. I walked in this. That was the first table. I was like, I want to play Star Wars as soon as we get here, and I get it. I don't even think I broke 20 million.
Wow.
And just because I wasn't used to, there was no opportunity for me to trap the ball, to slow it down.
Yep.
I just was very flustered, and I started R2D2 because I'm,
Yep.
But you know what? I feel like I
It
think
looks like Amy, by the way, has put up a score almost exactly the same as her score last time too.
On Getaway?
21 million. I mean, I'd have to go back and look at the history, but I think that's almost a exact replica of her score the first time around, which is really interesting. So if Megan can
It
beat
is.
that score,
I can tell you, Scott, I put up 39 when I played on Getaway. But obviously my 6 million on Adam's Family, which I'm super embarrassed about.
it happens to
It
the best
does.
of us.
It does.
It does.
It does. So
One
so
bad
right
game
now,
and this is all it takes.
Exactly. You know what? And that's what I love about knockouts. That's what I love about this. It's just all it takes is just one or two balls, and you're out. And again, it's just like one bad game on Adam's Family, and I'm donezo. So.
Yep.
But
It
you know
looks
what?
like-
I think Megan's trying to put up a fight now on Getaway so she can move on to her ACDC.
Yep, and if she makes it, we will wait until we have two players in ACDC, and we will have a two-player final.
There you go.
So
All right.
we will not have, on that last game, we will have a true two-player
Yes.
head-to-head game.
All right, and so,
Which makes sense. There's only 2 people left.
Something
Might as well play 'em
happened
both.
on Star Wars with Deborah.
If you can get a better look here, I
Let's see
think
if
she's
can
already
do
on ball
this.
2.
I might be able to.
Yeah.
So she's got 13 million from what I can see
Okay.
right now. 21.
We'll have this
Right.
final here for you shortly. Thank you guys
21.
for hanging out with us tonight, putting up with chit-chatting about machines you maybe necessarily can't see, but you can follow along with on the link that we put in Twitch chat just a little bit ago.
That might do it, Scott. I know I can't see too well, but she got 77.
Okay,
That's
so
gonna
Deborah's
do it.
got the score she needs.
That's going to do it. Yep.
So Julie is going to end up in 4th place. That still is an excellent, excellent finish by Julie.
But you know what? Deborah just started TIE Fighter multi-ball.
Excellent job.
Yes. Did good.
Still, I mean, that means Julie got to play 13 games tonight as part of the tournament and survived a lot of good players.
Yeah, she did. She just, you know what? Again, like I told you earlier, there's a lot of great players here, and a lot of them survived.
Yes, there are.
And there was a lot of like one-offs, those Robin Hoods, so to speak,
Yeah.
sticking it in.
Now, are we going to wait and do a head-to-head on AC/DC, or are we going to just let her go? Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I was wrong. Megan is going to go ahead and put her score up first.
Yes, there
We're going
are
to race.
a lot of
We're
people
going to
from
amazing race
Cleveland
this
here.
down to the very end.
Yes. All right. So we are down to Deborah
Yes, Deborah has to beat 21 million
on AC/DC
on Getaway.
on Getaway.
So Deborah right now is top 3. She beats 21 mil. She's guaranteed at least 2nd place.
Okay. And I think Megan is about to start her game on AC/DC. You're in top
Yeah.
3, yes.
Yeah, you're in the top 3 right now. You're up basically on.
Cheers.
Yeah, you're
drink.
up on Getaway
Yes.
whenever you're ready.
And we are about to watch Megan play her final game on AC/DC.
All right, so let's see what mode she decides to go for first here.
What do you choose?
I usually choose Whole Lotta Rosie because it opens. There almost every shot on the board has a jackpot, but the flip side of that is it's not a large jackpot. It's only about 300,000 per shot, so it's probably the safest possible play. Not necessarily going to say it's the best one, but it's a safe way to go.
I'll be
Now,
honest,
she went with
Scott,
Thunderstruck.
I do not play this table at all.
Ooh.
I don't play this table at all. I usually play it when I get up to Super Awesome. That's probably about it.
Yes.
But I know really nothing. And I agree, like from what I've been told, ramps and a Whole Lotta Rosie.
and
usually-
she's kind of hitting it. Got the song jackpot lit. So 1.8 here. Didn't get it. Missed on that one. But going back to jackpots here, looks like these, after she unlocked it from the bell, are all hitting for about 300,000 as well right now. But every one of those keeps building on the jackpot if we're able to get that shot
And
again.
she keeps hitting those ramps. I haven't told you. Like I was told on this table, just ramps, ramps,
Yep.
ramps, ramps, ramps.
And she's got the jukebox ready. So, that's one of the things this machine can do. If you get that just right angle,
And you
it
hit the
will-
bell.
it's a center drain. This
Down.
is a tough center
Right down
draining
the middle.
machine. Now, it did say jukebox ready, so I think if she plunges this into the jukebox up top, she might be able to pick a new song. And 6 million on ball 1 is not horrible. Now,
think
quality of
she's-
players we're dealing with here, she's going to need a lot more points. But
And Megan is a good player.
let's see which one she goes with here. She sticks with Thunderstruck, gets the skill shot for the bonus.
Oh, and she gets those combos built.
Two-way. All right, so now the right ramps are both unlocked for jackpots.
And you know what? And when I was looking at this earlier, when I was practicing, they definitely have this set very quick.
Yes.
So it is not a lot of time for you to sit and think about what your shots you need, just because of how fast the ball is playing.
Have
Which
to be
adds-
very good at post passes, at
Exactly.
trusting the ball hitting the posts or hitting the flippers so you can bounce from one side to the other. Ball control for this is you're
It
right,
is.
a big deal.
It honestly is, and you know what? She's doing a great job with this right now. Look
Yep.
she just hit
She's
one
got
ramp.
super loops, and she's got a multi-ball. So now we can have a multi-ball. Oh, 2 jackpots in play here if she can get it.
Oh,
Got it.
nice.
13 mil. Now we're having some fun.
I might secretly be cheering for Megan right now.
Fair enough. It's all good.
Megan is one of the first women I've ever met in pinball before I started playing competitively, and
Cool.
she was so inspirational, and she's such a good player. Her husband's a great player, and
Everyone that comes to the events, I mean, I can go down almost to a person, and it's like there's really no one that I just don't like.
You know what? And especially, I feel like it's a different scene down here because everyone is super supportive of each other down here. And especially in a women's tournament, this entire tournament, I've never felt discouraged.
Yeah.
Like, even though I was going up playing, like, I was first person playing on Guardians, and everyone's like, you got this, Jen. You can do it. Everyone was super cheerful, and that's the one thing I love about women.
Shout out to our guys down in Northern Kentucky Pinball who I was broadcasting for last week. Eric and all the guys down there, just as good of an environment down there, too.
You're
they're
always
awesome.
welcome up here if you guys ever want
Hey,
to
a
play
lot of
with
them
us.
will be here tomorrow. Eric's going to be up here tomorrow.
We're excited to see you.
Heck yeah.
It's going to be an amazing tournament.
All right, so Megan now sitting at nice 8 million on Thunderstruck. They're almost 25 million in points. That's a decent score on this game for sure.
Oh, yeah. I know she got the replay already.
Yeah, it was at 20 mil.
So she's doing good. Hits that ramp.
Looks like every ramp now. Nice save right there. That's the quick reflexes you got to have on this machine. If it bounces just a little off kilter, can set you up for a bad shot.
Yep.
She's doing a good job of nudging to avoid that center drain, too.
Yeah, enough so she's not getting her dangers, but
yeah.
So she saves it.
I mean, it's obviously a notable nudge. We're seeing it on the camera, but, she's reading the machine well, understanding what it's giving, what she's able to do. So,
and she's killing those ramps, too. She's hitting them like a pro. She's making it look so easy. I just want to walk up and be like, I can do what she does, but obviously I can't.
Yeah. And I mean, hey, combos on this game and Metallica especially.
Yeah.
They're generous with their points on if you can get two-way, three-way combos.
I'm surprised she did not let that try and dead bounce over to her left because she's got that one shot she needs to hit on her right ramp.
Yep. Looks like she took the center shot there to get 360. The center button hit. Would have been the extra ball.
Gets 2.5
is now 2.5 mil, and she is going with.
She's next. Shook me all night long. Okay.
Interesting pick.
Very.
A lot of bumpers up there. Good job on
She's
that.
setting up herself for a decent.
And,
I would be happy if I walked away with that score. I would be very happy with that.
Yeah, that is an excellent score. I agree. 36 mil. Yep. Hey, we got Speak Up Gaming here. How are you doing, man? Good to have you join in.
Hello.
Speak Up Gaming is one of my streaming buddy of mine as well from Team B42. We are glad
buddies.
to have all of our B42 friends here.
Welcome.
Joining in to catch some pinball action. So yeah, we are down to the final two. Deborah did beat, by the way, the 21 mil on Getaway.
Yep.
So this is it.
We are going to need it. Yep. So this is the final game.
This is it.
This is it.
Deborah has to beat 37 million. Basically, with that score, she needs 38 million points to win the women's tournament tonight. Win a awesome-looking trophy, which we will absolutely post some pictures of.
It is stellar.
It's sick.
I saw it, and I was like, I want this.
Kim did great with that trophy.
She did.
Yes.
She did. And then slight.
If you got hype emotes, everybody, now's the time to use them. We want to see them.
Yep. Slight advertisement right here. Tomorrow we do have the Amazing Race, which is a 2-day tournament. I believe there are still spots open.
There's a couple spots open,
There is. So it is a 2-day tournament tomorrow. Starts at 1 o'clock.
Yes. Which means, I can sleep in a minute.
You can, a little bit. But level 1 opens at 11. So if you want to come and practice, which I highly suggest.
Yes.
It is going to be a lot of fun. It's the same format that these ladies played here tonight. Except it is going to be open co-ed, all ages.
And Saturday will be group play to seed for the 24-player Amazing Race.
Yes. So
nice save right there. Avoiding that center drain. Oh, could not save that one though. So now the pressure begins to mount. A little bit.
Oh no!
Oh well.
It's okay.
It was empty.
Yeah. She still has a chance. You know what we say in pinball? There's always one ball, right?
Yes. Thank you.
I did not see, Scott. What did she choose as her song?
Oh, okay, ball save. I did not see either because DJ was grabbing my water for me. Because Kletsimi dropped, wow, another nearly center drain there. And obviously it takes skill to avoid it, but you do need a little bit of luck on your side too. You need a little bit of luck to go with that skill. She's backhanding there 3 in a row.
Very nice. That
Very
is
nicely
how it's
done.
Yes.
And a song jackpot possibility here if she can hit the center. Got it.
Nice.
Suddenly
She's
starting to
on
feel
her
a little bit better at 7 mil.
Yes. I would.
So now the question becomes, what now?
She's gonna. She's probably gonna.
Oh! Tough drain there. Just too much momentum, so she needs approximately 29 million points.
Which is not unobtainable.
It's very doable.
It is very doable, but still a little bit of a stretch.
DJ, we love your emotes. You're the man. Speak of, we love yours too. Oh, danger. That's it.
Man, that's it. And Megan is the winner.
Megan Brown wins the tournament
from
tonight.
Cleveland.
Deborah Tallman comes in second place. Some very, very good players who who played some really nice pinball tonight. Good job on both their parts.
Great pinball play today.
We'll get them on the interview table here in just a minute. Once I see people getting ready to hand out cash. That's good too.
Yes. I see Bree with a fistful of money.
Yep. Woo! Amy Kesting wins Chipotle money. No, actually, that's more than Chipotle money.
Deborah, you got second? No, Deborah. Deborah got second place. $24.
Oh no.
Deborah gets the second place.
Cleveland, Ohio. Megan Brown.
Megan
Brown wins.
Megan Brown of Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland Heights specifically.
Cleveland representing.
See
She
everybody
is.
tomorrow.
Hey, Evan. Hold on, we got to get our organizer. Have Deborah and Megan come over if they want to get on the mic for a few minutes. Deborah or Megan? Both. After picture. They're getting their winners' pictures in right now. That is a cool trophy. And Julie, by the way, sneaking
really
into the picture
cool.
there.
It's very cool. And Julie second as fourth.
Yep.
Julie won fourth of this tournament, which I'm so proud of her. She
Absolutely.
played very, very well today.
But a great job by everybody. And time-wise, that went pretty well, too. We got through 16 players of Amazing Race in about,
In less than
right
2
about
hours?
right about 2 hours time,
Yeah.
because I started the stream a little bit before 7:30.
Yeah.
So, great job by Brianna, by Evan on keeping things rolling. I think the format went really, really well.
I think that Alex needs to thank for. We are going to do an interview.
Yeah, we want to interview the winner real quick here.
Yes. So you're going to have to get it. You're going to have to get it real close to me.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I can hand over this.
Oh, can you?
We will absolutely let Jen do this interview. Hold on just a second.
Oh, gosh.
There you go.
Megan,
Hi,
you
Jen.
had a phenomenal game on ACDC.
Thank you.
What was your strategy?
My strategy was that I am traditionally really bad at hitting ramps on ACDC, so I chose Thunderstruck, knowing that I brick the ramps a ton, and I'm going to hit those targets.
Which I thought was very interesting, because most people go for Rosie on that.
Yeah, well,
So-
I'm not very good at that game. About half the games in here I'm really familiar with, and the other half I'm like, well, here we go. So
Was there any one point in the tournament when you felt like, oh gosh, I don't know if I'm going to do well on this table based on the score?
oh, yeah, absolutely. Every time I got on Star Wars, I was like, well, this is it for me.
You know what? I'll be honest. I saw your first game on Star Wars.
That was pretty great,
and
right?
I know. I saw you chose Leia.
I don't know what I'm doing. But Deborah Tallman, shout out to Deborah, came in second tonight, sat me down, told me how to play it.
What'd she tell you? Hans?
Han
TIE Fighter.
plus TIE Fighter. And then I did that on my second game and
And you did 1,000 times better.
it's the knowledge that's the power. It made me through.
Yes.
But yeah, the only games that felt definitively good were Walking Dead and Getaway, basically. Because every game.
I didn't have a chance to see either of your games on Getaway.
I only played one ball in each. It was the only game that I was like, I know this one.
Yeah, I did. I witnessed your games on A Mouse and Around, and I witnessed your first game on Star Wars because you were up against me.
Oh, yeah, and you put up a killer game.
I did, and you know what my strategy was?
Was it Han
with
plus the TIE Fighters? Yeah. I was
So
like,
when you chose Leia, I was a little nervous.
You should be, as you should be.
But you know what? You came out on top. You still beat me. You played amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And how do you feel like your skills tonight are going to translate tomorrow?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm a superstitious person, so I'm going to try not to think about doing well one day versus the next day. But it's good to get the practice because I'm familiar with a lot of these games, but they all play a little different than the ones I have. So it's good to get the practice. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy for some of my friends from Cleveland to be down tomorrow.
Andy's going to be here tomorrow.
Andy's going to be here tomorrow. So.
The reigning Ohio champion.
That's right, state champion.
Yes. So, but you know what? You have an advantage over him because you've actually had the chance to play these tables.
Yes, that's true.
Versus he's coming down here, and yeah, he played it when we were playing a couple months ago. But like now, how different are they playing?
I mean, it's a whole different day, a whole different set of games. So you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. But I know that it's going to be a great day with a lot of fierce competition and great players, and I'm really excited.
Yes. Well, Megan, congratulations again. You won an amazing trophy.
This trophy is so great. I'm really stoked on this trophy.
You got
it's so
an amazing
pretty.
trophy. You can follow her on Instagram at Crucial Hans.
Yeah, Crucial Hans.
Crucial.Hans.
Crucial.Hans.
Or myself at JAY_RUPE, and you will see either one of us.
Some fine content.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thanks again. And we are going to hand it back to Scott.
All right. Thanks,
Megan.
Jen.
Congratulations again.
Thanks.
Great job, Megan.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if you want to see if we can get Deborah over here real quick to talk to her real quick for a moment. I think she was over there a minute ago.
Yep, I can. Hold on.
I think she's talking to Josh right now. Yep, I see her. Deborah, our second place finisher tonight in the women's bracket. Yeah, I mean, just from from the vantage point I had over here, where to give you an idea, the streaming station is about 10 feet away from the first machine of the 8th that we had in the rotation. I mean, everything went really, really smoothly tonight. So, you guys are great. Cindy, have a good one. Thank you for coming. Be back here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We do have Deborah here. She came in second place. Deborah, congratulations. Good run tonight in all the machines.
Thank you.
You ended up becoming kind of the eliminator at the very end there because you were the last one in the rotation every time.
No, that's what's difficult about the Amazing Race.
True.
I was not the eliminator. I was just the final. I was the final frontier.
That's a good way to look at it too. I like that. But I mean, I guess you had certainty at least. You knew if you beat that score, you're moving on, and it's decided what's happening after that.
Anyone knows that. Anyone has that certainty.
Right.
Come on, let's talk about this. I was going through round 1, right?
Yes.
And I got stuck up on AC/DC because I had 6,700,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
It was not good bounces. I've had better luck on that game, but it still eludes me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The multi-ball, right? That's all you need.
Right.
But I couldn't get it. Anyway, I thought that everyone had played through, and I thought I was done. And then Michelle, bless her heart, was actually the final player in it, and she happened to have a score lower than me. That's what's interesting about the Amazing Race.
Yes.
Because I didn't know she was still there. Like, that was the wild card for me.
Okay.
So I think I was more like the wild card for the people who had already played ahead of me, Megan and Amy and everybody. Like, what I do depends their fate, but like for me, just all I'm trying to do is beat a high score.
Makes sense. Do you feel like you had a little less stress on you after that AC/DC game because you feel like you got a second chance at the first one? Yeah.
My goal tonight was just to play all the games. So, yeah, absolutely. I just chilled out after that.
Absolutely. And yeah, you made it through all the way to the very last one. So mission accomplished on that front for sure.
Did you have fun watching?
I had a lot of fun watching. I think everything seemed to go really, really smoothly, and that's something we were looking out for sure because of tomorrow being, a lot busier and Sunday obviously being very busy with running 24 people on Sunday. But, Bree and
yes.
Evan did a great job of keeping things moving. Everybody seemed
This
to
was
really respond to it well.
This was a respectable crew.
Yeah, it's a very, very talented crew, both of people playing the pinball machines and people, reffing and making sure everything was going smoothly.
Are you playing tomorrow?
No, I will be right back here.
What?
I'm doing working the broadcast
Why
table.
don't I just take over for you and you can play? Come on, just for a little
Interesting
bit.
proposition. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
So for anyone who hasn't done the Amazing Race, I have stressed about it, especially early on, because bad luck can happen to the best players. Maybe not Keith Elwin.
Yes.
Maybe not Trent Augenstein.
No, it's happened to Trent too. I've seen it.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Usually after a couple of adult beverages, but it does happen to him.
No, he gets better after adult beverages. He improves.
So what you're
after
saying
adult
is,
beverages.
the time I beat drunk Trent, I should value that more than the time I beat sober Trent.
Yes, because that
everything.
Trent,
My whole vantage point right now is just changed.
that Trent is going off of instinct, and instinct is where he thrives.
Yeah.
The only thing that can stop him really is terrible luck.
Yeah.
Horrible, like you can't fix it luck, or getting inside his own head too much, which almost never happens.
That's true.
So, no, the Amazing Race is that small chance where you just have a really bad game.
Yeah.
And you don't move on. And if that happens in the first 3-4 games, that's not the day you want to have. So for
That's
me,
true.
I walked in stressed out, but by the end of it, I just kind of laid back and
That's
you
awesome.
it's pinball.
Yeah.
Have
and,
fun.
and it's pinball. You have fun. You got to play a lot of it. Got to get a lot of practice in, and that's going to help you too for tomorrow because
Where's
you
your
have
practice?
a really good feel for how at least these
Yeah.
8 machines are playing. You'll probably have some of the other ones as part of
Probably.
group play tomorrow.
We better be playing more than 8 machines.
Oh, we're playing more than 8
tomorrow.
tomorrow for sure. We're going to have 16 groups of people playing. We're going to have 16 of these going at once.
And level 1 is a really cool venue.
Yes, it is. And I mean, even if we look around the
one's a
bar
fantastic
tonight,
venue.
this place is hopping. It's really been standing room only the entire night, and there's still plenty of room for people to sit and move around and exist. And but that's true. I mean, some places
There's
you
a
go
thriving smoking patio on
Yeah.
the side of the building.
absolutely.
Well, thank you. I wanted to thank you for the solid commentating and
Well, thank you. I appreciate
And
it.
being so
Learning every
welcoming
time
to
I do this.
friends.
That's why I love to do it. It's always a learning experience.
Will you have us back on the mic again with you tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Is there any-
You are welcome on the mic anytime you want. Although I have a feeling everyone doing group play is going to be very busy at times, so we might have to.
Until we have a shit game. I'm not supposed to swear online, right? Sorry, guys. Sorry, kids. And until we have a bad game, a poor game, and then we'll be back by your
Yes.
side. What special shot do you want to see tomorrow? What cool wizard mode? What awesome combo? Come on, you got one.
I would like to see someone make it all the way through Adams tomorrow.
All the way touring the mansion.
Through the mansion. It's been a
Solid.
long time since I've seen
What?
anybody go
You
through the
poor
mansion.
deprived soul.
What's that?
You poor deprived soul.
I know.
All right, well, I think
And that machine's playing a little challenging, so whoever does it's going to have earned their keep and making it happen.
I could
for
not
sure.
hit the backhand shot off the left flipper
Yeah.
to the chair. I don't know why. It was impossible.
Well,
All right.
that's my hope. If someone runs the mansion, maybe we'll do a little announcer bounty over here for that.
Ooh.
Throw a couple
Ooh,
bucks
I
up.
like that. Okay, so I think Kesting is your girl.
You think she can do it?
She's solid on.
I can see it.
I'll tell her to practice a little bit extra tonight too, just to get
Okay.
it dialed in. But I think she's gonna blow up Adams. And what I want to see,
Mm-hmm.
simple enough, is Cherry Bomb Multi-Ball on Guardians.
I would like to see that.
4 modes completed.
Yep.
And a shot to the scoop. A nice red glowy arrow. It's all yours. Oh, there's 200 million to 300 million points in it for you. It's insane.
And in comparison, the highest score we saw tonight, I think. Now, grant you, it's a little
You get
biased because
stopped by the
you get
lowest
stopped.
score, yeah, because you just.
But still,
punch it out,
55 mil was the highest I think I saw in there tonight.
and that's solid.
That's a good game.
I know that. Okay, the new code.
Everyone the second time around had a really good run.
Yeah, the new
at
code on Guardians is fun, but you really know how to you have to know how to poke it and prod it and play with it and to get it up high.
Yeah.
But I want to see some Cherry Bomb. I want that to be the low score, I guess, is what I'm saying. Or one of the first players. I want them to Cherry Bomb it.
Or if we see it in group play tomorrow, then everyone's playing their whole game. So,
Anyway, thank you for having me on.
Deborah, thank you for being on.
the mic.
You are welcome on
you for
anytime you
being
want to
here.
tomorrow, and just grab the microphone, grab it off my head if you have to.
Not if Jen's here.
What's that?
Because I said not if Jen's here.
Fair enough.
Because she's got a solid handle on the situation.
Yes, she does. She's very good as well.
Maybe if Jen's here, I'll have to push you off the mic, and we'll have a Jen on
Off you-
Deborah experience.
I'm all for that. That is perfectly fine with me.
right.
I'm happy to share the mic with wonderful players.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here, and congratulations again on second place.
Thank you.
Great job. All right, well, I think that is going to do it for tonight. We will be back on the air just before 1 p.m. tomorrow. Give you guys a little preview of the group play action. As a reminder, tomorrow's group play, there will be 10 rounds of group play. We will have a screen up that we can show you guys the standings as we go, so that you guys can see how the standings are going, who is looking like they're going to be in that top 24 or even the top 32 in order to be in either A Division or B Division amazing race come either Saturday night or Sunday. So we are very appreciative of all you guys checking in to watch, and we will see you guys tomorrow right about 1 o'clock. Unless Evan wants to say something real quick. I think he does. Exit delayed for just a minute. We got our wondrous tournament director, Evan, here. Evan Bingham. If he can get the mic over the Red Sox hat. That's a big if here. How you feeling, Win? How you feeling right now?
Oh, I'm feeling great.
That's good.
Violence, speed, momentum. What a great tournament.
I think it really did go well tonight. You and Bree did a great job of keeping things moving. And
yeah, Morag too.
Yeah, Morag did great.
Yeah, it's. I'm glad we got this. It was 16 players, which is a good number.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much good practice for what we're going to be doing on Sunday too. So, someone just said to me they can't believe that they don't have pin butts on the front of these machines.
Pin butts?
Yeah, they're the things that stop them from sliding that they have on all the Pinbird games.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a cheap investment. I'll bring it up to
Phoebe
Tom
had
tomorrow.
those on her machines that she had.
So did Eric, didn't he?
I don't think Eric had them, no. Well, I'll have to ask him tomorrow. He'll be here tomorrow, so we can ask him for sure.
I'll just tell him to bring all of his. Bring all your pin butts, man.
That's right.
Actually, I'll text him now.
There you go. He's only got a 2-hour drive. It's not a big deal.
How much dead time was there between Motordome and AC/DC?
There's maybe 10 minutes or so of downtime, and we made it up talking about the other games that were being played.
Cool.
About, how everyone was faring in the tournament. We had plenty of time to talk about plenty of things.
Excellent.
So I think that ended up going just fine.
All right, my wife's ready to go, so I'm going to take off.
All right, man. You got a busy day tomorrow and Sunday.
Yep.
Feel free to stop over the booth here anytime you want to.
Cool.
There's 2 minutes of free time you're going to have the
Right.
next 2 days.
All right.
But thank you for running this thing, man. You're doing great.
No problem. See you tomorrow.
All righty. That is Evan Bingham, our tournament director. You will find him pretty much anywhere there is pinball machines to be played. But like I said, that is it for tonight. We will be back on tomorrow just before 1 p.m. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. Get the word out. Let people know. Let's get a ton of people watching tomorrow. Twitch.tv/level1ONE bar. We'd love to have you. Have a good one, everybody.